Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to the start of this week's Fan Fridays, kicking it off with a battle from Jaden. Much respect to my man right here as well, because look at this, a Forretress. I don't remember the last time we've seen that Pokemon, so I have so much respect for someone that wants to run it. It's a crazy lead Pokemon, so we're going to see how this one ends up doing. But that is like one big thing about Forretress. If the opponent does not lead fire, you get free setup. You get a lot of free setup. You're going to get a lot of free stuff for sure. So that's going to be an interesting moveset coming out of that Kingdra with the Dragon Dance. It's going to go for some damage, but Forretress can still tank pretty hard. So yeah, it's like Stealth Rocks into switch fire type Pokemon into weird prediction, but then sturdy explosion's going to happen anyways. It's like Forretress will set up. That's the cool thing about it. Oh man, if the opponent even gets like a +4 or +6 or something, and then Forretress still manages to man mode through it, that's going to be ridiculous. But Kingdra's at the +2 right now. Toxic is on Kingdra, so it will be ticking down. Interesting set. You can see a little bit of variation in the sets for a Forretress. Sometimes it's just like Spikes, Stealth Rock, Explosion, Shenanigans. The Toxic is something that you do see from time to time. So actually spamming Toxic just in case there's that switch right there. But now the Toxic will be adding up. Kingdra adding those damage multipliers though. So that's going to be Kingdra with the Waterfall. Going to go for the big damage on the Forretress. Critical hit. But that's why Forretress has the sturdy and... Ooh. Red card. Oh, that's what I was about to say. Custap Berry? But I don't think Custap Berry has been released for the 7th generation yet. Like Custap Explosion, Red card, Forretress, Stealth Rock, Spikes is pretty ridiculous. And... No! You can do that? Oh, man! Where's the Forretress tag, guys? This is why I love Pokemon. This is what I mean when if you love a Pokemon and you want to make it work, you will find a way of getting that Pokemon to have success. Because that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The counter Forretress, you don't see that too often. And then into red card, counter swap, and like that's anti setup into a kill. You just went like plus infinity, my dude. And then we have a Mega Lopunny. So Mega Lopunny is just going to come in and then like clean up and wreck everything. Fake out, absurd damage to Gengar, Curse Body doesn't even matter. And like the cool thing is this team was definitely viable in the 4th generation. That Forretress got a lot of play back then because that was the old Ferrothorn. And then Ferrothorn kind of came in and ruined everything. A Lopunny didn't see a lot of play, but like Mega just retroactively slide that into a 4th gen team. Kingdra, Poison, takes Rocks. I mean, Rocks are going to break Sash. Lopunny just gets free everything, and then that's game. And then Garchomp was always just a strong Pokemon as a backbone of a team. I thought Forretress was just going to come in, contribute a bit, and then actually like kind of help out the rest of the team. But no, that was Ferrothorn putting in the work right there. Let's see who else falls for these shenanigans. And now we have Tapu Lele. Like Scarf Lele just will destroy everything. Oh man, this is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, because it's not going to be set in like the face of setup. Honestly, with a Kingdra too, you're going to expect a special attacker. So after you see those Dragon Dance, that's when we can do like the counter play and just be absolutely disgusting. Also, I was thinking maybe Custap is available in the 7th generation. If there's like an obscure Japan event that had it, therefore it can be technically like harvested and distributed a lot. Either way, this strategy is working just fine. And that is going to be just Z-move from the Talonflame. But honestly, Z-move Talonflame is really good because you can just kind of preserve a lot of the Gale Wings by not taking damage and then still doing absurd amounts of damage. Or not taking recoil, but doing absurd amounts of damage. If this Forretress just gets the count... Well, actually, remember, Talonflame's still going to be alive after this. Also, it's... Yeah, like, this is so ridiculous. So... Right here, we're going to go into the Electivire. We get that counter read, right? Oh, no, Stealth Rocks. Dang. All right. I was wondering if that was going to be some next level stuff. Like, Talonflame is really only going to go aggro. Technically, could go for the taunt, in which case Stealth Rocks isn't really wasted because it's like just 2 turns of nothing happening. But that's fine. That's all you need. No, Forretress is tanky enough. It's going to survive the Electivire. And then Electivire is going to go down to the counter. Not as flashy as using the red card to bait in the switch like that, but this is actually going to accomplish multiple things. Because now Talonflame loses its Gale Wings because Stealth Rocks came up. And I guess that is another idea that, okay, you have red card, which means Talonflame has to come in at some point, but it's going to come into Stealth Rocks and then hate life, or take recoil, or something. So Forretress goes down, but it gets the job done. And Electivire, yeah, without that, like, without Stab, still can do a little bit of damage, but Fire Punch is low base power, and then things just kind of get worse from there. But now, Talonflame just cannot match up against the Lopunny. Lopunny outspeeds it and just completely trashes it in every way. And now we just get to watch, you know, Fake Out into shenanigans, and if Lopunny gets that cleanup, then we're done here. Fake Out doing solid damage to Talonflame as well. What is that? That's like 35, almost 40% to the Talonflame into the return. Fake Out return on the Lopunny. That's a KO combo right there. That's a true combo in the neutral. And then we go into the shiny Bisharp. So yeah, that's something that happens. Well, then high jump kick and Bisharp dies. And because of the fighting type on Lopunny, even the Sucker Punch wouldn't matter. GG. These battles end quick. These battles end quick when we're looking at this Forretress. And we have one more submission from Jaden. Oh man, this is so cool. So yeah, we get to, it just works. And that's what I love about this, you know, Forretress, it's a big tank. At the very least, it's going to set up some kind of momentum for your team. And then if it gets that counterplay, it just turns into one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, like, this is why you can look back at older Pokemon and still give them a chance and still find really good amounts of success. This is next level. This is definitely next. Oh man, Medicham knowing can't even do anything to the Forretress. Already looking like the opponent is building up that shiny team as well, which could make this victory just a lot more amazing. So I guess that's just something about the tech behind the Forretress play. Just keep throwing out Stealth Rocks and you'll still find an opportunity at some point. Ooh, the big Heat Wave onto Forretress, though. Yeah, we can expect that out of Noctowl. Like, there's those flying type Pokemon like Swellow, Pidgeot. They just randomly have that Heat Wave, which kind of makes sense, I guess, if they just blow up some hot air. Never mind, I don't know. It is a Heat Wave, not technically just like a wave of fire. But Forretress at least gets to convert off that Toxic and then get that on the Medicham with the red card. So not the worst thing that could happen, but I guess we get to see like what happens with like comeback mode or something on the Forretress. And Medicham's Mega Turn is going to reveal itself right here. So yeah, Mega Medicham, it's just good to have it. I guess you kind of didn't need to Mega in this situation because you just finish off the Forretress, then maybe play around with it a bit more. Or that's just going to be the worst case scenario for the Medicham. Goes for the move, that's going to miss, and then Explosion will tear down. So at the one hit point, just throw out the Explosion. Maybe they give you the chance. Maybe they try to set up not respecting the Ferrothorn. Like, what else is it going to do? And then that'll happen. But either way, Medicham does go down, so that's pretty big. That does something right there. And now we have Luxray to kind of confirm the hacking going on right now as we go into the Lopunny, and Lopunny gets to do a lot of stuff for free. Fake Out, return, that's dead. That's going to be a flying type Pokemon trying to enter the field with Stealth Rocks as well. That's going to be dead. And then we just get to see all of this other stuff stack up. So yeah, that Ferrothorn play was interesting. What I was trying to get out with the Medicham is technically, if you had another Pokemon on your team that could Mega Evolve, don't need to give away the Medicham because the 7th generation makes it where you gain that speed on that Mega Evolution turn. And you don't need any bonus damage or bonus speed or bonus stats to take down the one hit point. But that's going to be Fake Out, just hit and running on that Lopunny, just in case there's some weirdness going on, or also read the hell out of that Luxray. Oh my goodness, Luxray going to be withdrawn right there. Oh, that's got to be like choice something for that. Yeah, Volt Switch into choice something for sure. Noctowl going to take those rocks. Garchomp's coming in with that rock slide. It's going to be big damage and reliable no matter what. But hey, we get to see Garchomp and not just like Lopunny comboing with Forretress to destroy everything forever. Garchomp's like, hey guys, I still work too. We can make this victory happen together. So Luxray is going to take a little bit from Stealth Rocks. Intimidate, it hits Garchomp, but not the worst thing I could have. Also, I guess the Intimidate, you know, not the best thing for a Lopunny. And then Garchomp will actually survive Wow, gets that rough skin in there, and then boom, Garchomp with the Earthquake. But then Lopunny comes in. So yeah, just kind of like playing it safer to kind of keep the game preserved as best as possible. Even after getting the explosion onto the Medicham. Now, because of Lopunny, Medicham, the rest of the team kind of gets wrecked by the Lopunny anyway. So whatever Forretress does was just made things a little easier. Then just regardless, kind of playing it at the highest possible level just to make sure that the opponent gets completely stomped. My goodness, that's a pretty crazy way of starting Fan Fries. But you guys, enjoy the video. I'll see you in the next Fan Fridays.